see you. Great to be here. My name is Nish. I'm from the UK, and I'm a big fan of one of my country's greatest exports, James Bond. Love James Bond, right? And I'm very excited because as a non-white person, we might be getting our first non-white James Bond. That's exciting. I'm really into it. I think if it's Idris Elba, I think that'd be amazing. I think he'd be a great James Bond. Some people are very upset. I was reading an article about this on the internet, and I scrolled down. I made a mistake. I scrolled into the comment section, which you should never do. There's no pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. And the first comment underneath the article started with the words, "This is not a race thing," which immediately makes you think, it's definitely a race thing. This is not a race thing. It's just James Bond is not black. Now, I have terrible news for this person. James Bond is not real. He's not a real person, he doesn't exist. If you're talking about fidelity to Ian Fleming's original character, Daniel Craig has a smartphone and a laptop, and in one of the Pierce Brosnan films, he drove an invisible car. So it might be a bit late for you to suddenly become a stickler for canon. And the second comment started with the words, "This is political correctness gone mad. This is the ethnic minority lobby getting their way again." And hey, we all know, if the ethnic minority lobby has been campaigning for anything, it is for a black James Bond. People have been out in the streets, we want a black James Bond now. We don't care about anything else. We don't care about police brutality. Hashtag Black Bonds Matter. We will settle for a Mexican, maybe. And an American radio presenter has said that if a black person plays James Bond, then that would be the same as if George Clooney played Barack Obama. Now, first of all, no it isn't, and we don't have time to list all the reasons why that is not the case. Second, given Hollywood's history of race-based casting snafus, that is not implausible enough to be funny. I don't trust Hollywood to not one day make a film about Barack Obama with George Clooney in it. Not in a world where John Wayne once played Genghis Khan. Google image it, he does the eyes. It's absolutely incredible how offensive it is. At least that was a long time ago. A couple of years ago, Ridley Scott made a movie called Exodus, which was supposed to be a historically faithful reenactment of Moses' life story. Who did he get to play Moses? Christian Bale. And I'd have loved to be in the room where someone was like, right guys, we want to get back to the real story of Moses' life as a guy who comes to the Middle East. Who can we get to play him? I know, has anyone seen Batman? Because his name is Christian. Do you not understand what a slap in the face that is to basic theology to have Moses, the king of the Jews, be played by a white man called Christian? And it certainly doesn't seem implausible. In a world when I was growing up, I was watching TV with my mum and a movie came on about Nathuram Godse. Now, if you don't know who Godse is, he's the man who assassinated Mahatma Gandhi. This is a significant figure in Indian history, right? And I'm sat there, about halfway into the movie, I realised I recognised the actor playing Godse. The reason I recognise him is he's the same actor who plays the youngest member of the Magnificent Seven. Now, that actor is German. And in order to cover the slight racial discrepancy between German and Indian, they had boot-polished his face, and you better believe he was doing an accent. Oh my God, his head was wobbling all over the place. No one is allowed to do that. I'm sick of seeing white dudes do that. It's not okay. Only real Indians are allowed to do that. Even I'm not technically allowed to do that, right? And I'm sat there watching this guy play one of the most important people in Indian history in a voice no Indian has ever spoken in before. He's just there going, "Oh, I'm going to kill Gandhi." And I thought, oh, I must have misread my history textbooks. I forgot Gandhi was assassinated by Apu from The Simpsons. I'm very clever, guys. My only thing is, we've come to a point now where we might get a black James Bond. That'd be amazing. Here's my only note for them, right? This should not have been the first black James Bond, because there should have been one already. Will Smith. Some dissent in the room over Big Willie style as a choice for James Bond. Will Smith definitely should have played James Bond. Yeah, he absolutely should. I'll tell you why. And even people who are shaking their head at me will not be able to find any flaw in this logic. He would have sung the theme tune as well, okay? It just makes good sense to have James Bond singing the theme tune. And I would like James Bond to do something with the theme tune, because the James Bond theme tune is the biggest piece of shit in show business. It's the same thing every time. We can do one right now. All you have to do, you take the original James Bond theme, right? And then slow it down, that's your melody, done. And then the lyrics are always some variation of this. A man walks in a room. He looks mysterious. Some people are there. They are foreign. The man kills them. He's not a racist, it's just you can't be too careful. A woman walks in, she's immediately naked. She's having sex with the man, 'cause he's James Bond. And then the chorus, all you have to do to make a James Bond theme tune chorus is this. You just sing the title of the movie very loudly. And then the horns go, it's the title of the movie, except Quantum of Solace, because what the fuck were they thinking with that? Anyway, unseen.